we're going to be talking about stress, back to school stress, and just stress in general. And some nutrition, some essential oils that Joy will be covering. So we're going to get started. Ask questions if you have questions. All right, can you switch over? All right. So stress is the biggest epidemic in our country in this century. Like it talks about all of the different causes of stress. Now, like right now, is extremely stressful time, right? I mean, not just for, it's for everybody. It's for people working from home, maybe not seeing their friends, not being social, children not knowing what, maybe sitting in front of a screen all day instead of interacting with their other kids, having to wear a mask on your face, or being scared, you know, not having any more, I mean, it's like you have to rethink the entire work-life balance, because now maybe you're working from home, maybe your kids are home. Maybe you're working from home and you have a toddler who's constantly running around and you like can't focus or can't have a meeting and the kid is like yelling, or I mean there's just so much going on. So I don't know how, I mean this little chart, I don't know, maybe lack of job security is worse now than it was before, because a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people have lost their businesses. But I mean, these are the basic things that cause stress. Issues with people, which there's a lot more issues with people now. Oh my gosh. People are stressed out and crazy now. They're like being mean to everybody for no reason. Like if you don't wear a mask, or if you do wear a mask, or if you don't distance, or whatever, or if you have a different political view, whatever, you're attacking everybody. It has to stop. But it causes stress. That hurts you when you let somebody else affect how you react. Like it's how you react to it. So if you're reacting to somebody not doing what you think they should do, that's hurting you, not them really, it's hurting you. And so there's just a lot. And it's really hard for children, because sometimes I think with kids, when something's going on, they feel like, am I on there? They feel like this is gonna be forever. They don't understand that it's probably temporary. That like some kids are just like, is this life now? They don't, or maybe they're watching TV and they're hearing new normal. It's like this shouldn't be the new normal, right? At all. And this will be gone soon. I mean, it's a virus, whatever, it'll be gone soon. But it's really causing a lot of problems. I think it's causing more mental illness, more suicides, more like stress, you know, people start drinking again, people doing drugs. It's just really been very stressful. So you need things to do to like help manage the stress. And so there's a lot that you can do to manage the stress. So basically, the definition of stress, you can read it, is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It could come from an event that's happening, or it can just come from something that you're thinking, right? Something just you're thinking, or something that makes you frustrated or nervous or angry. Stress is just a reaction to something. It's a reaction. It's how you react. Hi, Sarah. It's how you react to what's happening around you. So you can choose to react and get crazy, or you can choose to not react. It really is a choice. Stress is really a choice. But I mean, short bursts of stress, you know, you have a stressful event and like, okay, and then just kind of move on. But like short bursts of stress, it's called hormesis. It's actually healthy. So it's normal and healthy to have little things happen and then you like deal with them. So something would be a short burst. Hormesis would be exercise is a form of stress. You like you're putting your body through like a stress. If you're doing cardio, you're putting your heart through a little stress. And what does that do to your heart? It makes it stronger. When you lift weights, you're putting a stress on your muscle and it makes your muscle stronger. So stress, like little bursts of stress, if you react well to them, can make you stronger, right? Like things happen to people. Nobody has stress-free life, but how do you react to it, and how do you let that affect the rest of your life? But a little bit of stress, coffee in the morning. Like, I don't drink coffee, but just because I don't like it, it's very healthy to have like a cup of organic coffee in the morning. Puts a little bit of stress. The caffeine puts a little bit of stress. That's good for you. A little bit of alcohol at night, a little, like like a 4 ounces of like organic wine, or like a shot of something, some like, you know, a little bit, like that's good for you because it's a little bit, and your body reacts to that. Like sitting in the sauna, heat can be hormesis. Like being really hot, your body reacts and gets stronger. Being cold, like cryotherapy, right? Or just being outside in the cold, or being cold in the winter, that's good for your body. Being hot in the summer, you know, being hot and going through that period of being hot is a form of like good, positive stress that makes you stronger. But all that stuff is physical, but emotional stress can make you stronger too if you let it. You know, when something stressful happens, what I do is I think, okay, this is maybe not the best thing, but how can I make this the best thing? Like, how can I take this thing that's happening that like, oh, I wish this wouldn't be happening, and turn it into like the best thing that happened.
Limit to eliminate.
Exactly. But you have to consciously decide to do that. And it's interesting what you can turn into a positive if you try. Like you can turn almost anything into a positive if you try, right? Even if something seems overwhelming and like, oh my gosh, I really wish this wasn't happening, but like, what is this? What am I learning from this? And how can I make this into like something good? What good thing is going to come out of this? That's what I do when I deal with stress. I try to say, okay, I'm going to make this the best thing that ever happened, you know? Oh, so this is good to think about. How often are you aware of being stressed? Like, are you aware of it, or does it just happen and you don't realize you're reacting to it? Maybe like things happen and you react without thinking about it. But think about for yourself, like, are you aware of being stressed a lot? How stressed are your family members about work and school? Like, how stressed are people around you? To just gauge it, to see, like, maybe some people around you need help. Sometimes a great way to deal with stress is to help someone else. I think it's the best way to deal with almost anything, is like help other people. Like, and do you use things like food to deal with stress? Like, do you stress eat, right? So if you look at this and you recognize these things, who in your life can you help? How often are you stressed, and how do you deal with it? Some people exercise excessively, like me. Some people eat. Some people sleep, right? People do all kinds of things to deal with stress. Try to find something positive to do to deal with it. Help someone else who's stressed. That will help you. It's amazing like how helping someone else can help you. But these are good things to think about. And we're going to talk about, Joy is going to talk about how to use essential oils to like take you out of that stress feeling and calm you so that you can think more clearly. Because sometimes if you're in that big stress, you're not thinking straight, you don't realize what's going on, but if you can take yourself out of that, it's amazing that how much better you can feel, then you can think clearly and kind of work through it. What's next? Oh, so this is Joy's favorite slide. I love talking about this. This is like fight or flight. So, fight or flight. So this guy is running away from a hippo. So he knows what the threat is. The threat is clearly the hippo, and he's running away from it, right? And so our bodies are designed to deal with stress. That's why they call it fight or flight. He can either run away from the hippo or turn around and fight the hippo. But he's probably not going to win a fight, so he's running away. And so when you're under some kind of a stress, like we're designed to be under a certain stressor, and 1,000 years ago, 100, even a couple of 100 years ago, that stressor could be starving, or it could be trying to escape a predator, or whatever it is. Today, our stressors are, I'm late to work, my phone's not working, my boss is mad at me, whatever it is, but it's like in your head more, like you're thinking. Like, so if you walk outside right now and a giant dog comes after you, you'll run away from the dog. But how your body reacts to that is it opens your arteries to your legs and your arms and pulls blood away from your organs so you could run fast. It dilates your pupils so that you could see clearly, so that you're aware of where the dog is, or the hawk, or whatever, so you could see clearly. It it makes your hearing even acute. So you're very aware of sounds. Doesn't that sound like anxiety? Like what's going on? Like, or like somebody goes, hey, it startles you, like, ah! Right? That's how we are. But it's because our stressors are so much more mental, so that when something, if you're in traffic, that can, you're like, oh no, I'm in traffic. Your brain is like, what, is something trying to kill you? Okay, let's take all the blood and like open your vessels and rush them to get them out of your organs and rush them to your, you know, to your extremities and dilate your pupils and acute hearing, and then you're like, but the only way to come out of that is to physically like move your body. So when you run away from the hippo, you're actually burning all the cortisol and adrenaline and going back to normal. At the end of it, you're back to normal. Or if you fight, you use that, burns off the cortisol and the adrenaline, and you like go back to balance. But if you're just sitting around on the phone, in the car, whatever, and you're stressed, your body doesn't know. Like, things changed so fast in our culture that your brain thinks you're being attacked. When you're like, oh no, your brain's like, what? And it's like, goes into this mode, and then you just sit there. And you don't burn off any stress hormones. Then you just sit there, and then maybe it happens 4 other times that day. And then you're just sitting there. You're not exercising because you're like at work, and then you're tired at the end of the day. You're not exercising. And then you're like all hyped up, because when you're in that mode, you can't sleep or digest your food. Like that, like if you're running away from a hippo, you're not gonna be like, I'm really hungry. I just realized I'm tired. I need a nap. No, you're just like in survival mode. And a lot of people are just in survival mode all the time, and they're just burning, they're just building cortisol and adrenaline. It's just on the phone, whatever, and it's just building, and you're not doing anything to like go back to balance. There's no release. The only release is exercise, which a lot of people don't make time for. Sleep, which you can't do when you're hyped like that. Or like lavender essential oil will actually pull you out of that. But so you take the lavender essential oil and you use it to like calm you, and then you can sleep. And then you can like maybe feel like calmer, and then think clearly and go exercise. You have to schedule exercise in to burn it off. But so people are stuck in this for years. It's anxiety. And if you take an anxiety medication, it makes all of it worse. It doesn't fix it. Lavender actually takes you out of fight or flight, puts you into relaxation. Or exercise or sleep. But again, you have to like, so that's why a lot of people have digestive issues, because they're like, you're not like digesting any of your food when you're in that situation. You're just not. You're not digesting your food. And you can't sleep, and then if you don't sleep, you produce more cortisol, and it messes your adrenals up, and then that's like a lot of our society. It's just like that all the time. I see people like that constantly come in. Adjustments help. Adjustments will take you out of fight or flight. In the moment, like when you're at work, you can't like get adjusted right there, but adjustments will take you right out of fight or flight. But you need to be able to keep yourself out of it. Does that make sense? So lavender will help, but you also have to change how you react. Like, okay, there's traffic. Whatever, what are you gonna do? Make yourself sick, and go, oh no, or like, all right, there's traffic. Like it doesn't change it. It seems simple, and it is kind of simple. It's also like have to exercise regularly to keep your body like balanced. But I have a lot of people use lavender just for this, just like keep it at their desk, diffuse it wherever they're working to like keep them calm, and then you can handle all the stress. You're not going to change the things that happen to you. You're only going to change how you respond to them. And that's it. Right? That's all of the stress. Right? So fight or flight is like, that's fight or flight. Right? How many people do you know like, or you feel like that? Do you ever feel like you breathe shallow because you're not like deep breathing? Honestly, breathing through your nose can help calm that too. Like when you breathe through your mouth, shallow breathing, that's like when you're running away from like a hippo or whatever it is, and then your body thinks that you're still freaking. It makes you feel like you're freaking out. Like that's not good. That's why I don't like. Another reason I don't like masks, because it's hard to breathe through your nose with a mask on. So, and you're supposed to only breathe through your nose, really. And if you're breathing through your mouth, like that, your body's like, oh, it must be freaking, something must be wrong. and your body goes into like this panic mode, and you build all this cortisol, which you know what that does? It like shallows your breathing even more. Bye guys. And then people are like, oh, my breathing is bad. Well, your breathing is bad because you're breathing through your mouth, and then the mask, and now you're not getting enough oxygen and getting too much carbon dioxide, and it compounds it.
Carbon dioxide.
It's really the carbon dioxide. You're getting too much carbon dioxide, and it's putting you in a panic mode, even if you don't realize it is. So if you wear a mask, you have to breathe through your nose. And if you're like feeling panicky, just take like 5 nice, long, deep breaths through your nose. You'd be amazed what that can do. Like we do that in yoga, you know. Hi, Lamore. All right. Yeah. So chronic. If you're like we talked about, like hormesis, like good positive stress, but chronic stress will destroy your body. Here's like all the stuff it'll cause. Chronic stress is the underlying cause of heart disease, asthma, obesity, diabetes, headaches, depression. A lot of this we talked about, like GI issues, chronic stress. You can't digest your food because your body's in fight or flight, and you don't digest your food in fight or flight, right? Obesity. If you're always stressed, you always have all this cortisol. Cortisol just makes you fat. You just put on weight when you have a lot of cortisol. Diabetes, again, cortisol makes you gain weight, but it also makes you crave sugar. So your body will be looking for quick, easy calories to burn, and so you're just going to crave sugar. But cortisol also affects insulin. It's very complicated, but cortisol affects insulin, and stress alone can lead to diabetes because of how cortisol affects insulin. So people can have a healthier diet, but they're so stressed that they become diabetic. Headache, you're just not going to get enough blood flow to the brain, and you're just going to be thinking, worrying, and all this adrenaline, all this cortisol can cause headaches. Maybe you're not getting enough oxygen. Asthma, one of the reasons is because of all the shallow breathing, like your anxiety, all the stress. You're not taking nice deep breaths. And when you're in that situation, you're not taking care of your body. You're not exercising. You're not sleeping. It just causes inflammation in your body. Cortisol just causes inflammation. So everything can get inflamed. Depression and anxiety, obviously. Well, first of all, you might not be sleeping, and you're also just feeling overwhelmed, like you can't handle anything. And then if you feel like out of control, you can become depressed. Anxiety is just that feeling. It accelerates your aging. You age much more rapidly when you're under stress. People have said they've had really, really stressful situations, and their hair goes gray from it. People under a lot of stress will age really quickly. You've probably seen it, you know. And it weakens your immune system. Like if you're under stress, it will massively decrease your immune system. If you're scared, like if you walk around in fear, especially like I see this a lot with the virus, people are terrified of this virus. When you're scared, your immune system instantly goes to 50%, not 100, just right to 50. And now you can't, guess what? Now you can't fight the virus. So being scared of it makes you weak, makes you more vulnerable to it. Mental affects physical, and physical affects mental. So here are some of the symptoms. I learned that from my boys, destroy everything. So here are some of the mental and emotional symptoms. You can see that, right? Irritable, feeling overwhelmed, memory and concentration issues, avoiding people, depression, anxiety, mood swings. And the physical symptoms of chronic stress is low energy, headaches, digestive issues, pain, right, just from inflammation, chest pain or rapid heartbeat, like, right?
And people
not able
don't
to sleep.
connect it. They don't connect that.
They don't, no, people don't
They think,
connect that.
why am I having stomach aches?
Right, exactly. You frequently get cold because your immune system's down. Low sex drive because you're in fight or flight. it all just, once you understand the body, it all just makes sense. So like managing stress. And you have to help your kids too, like this, during this time, to like manage the stress, like just like reassure them, like, hey, it's all gonna be okay, it's fine. So maybe you have to wear a mask to school, whatever, just like maybe pull it down to here, shh, and breathe through your nose. And don't worry about, don't worry, yeah, right, it doesn't like, supposedly it doesn't do anything, but breathing through your mouth, I guess, is more water droplets anyway, so breathe through your nose, you're breathing the proper way, and you're still getting, you're not getting too much carbon dioxide, and, you know, or just let them know that this is not forever.
At least you're not spraying anybody, right?
Exactly, you're not spraying anybody, so put it right there.
Yeah, but I cover my nose when I go in the store because I don't want them trying me.
No, you don't want them to, yeah, but
I
I'm,
don't want
no,
them throwing me out
of
of the
course.
store.
No, I'm talking about kids who have to be in school all day. They can't wear a mask in school all day, but again, like, reassure your children that this is not forever, this is gonna go away, you're not gonna have to live like
That's
this.
right, you have to be 8 hours.
Right, and if you have to be, like, you're gonna have to pull it down. That's all. Just pull it down.
Breathe for a little bit.
Breathe through your nose and know that it's not forever, and like help them deal with like these changes, because again, they may think this is forever, like this is the world now, but it's not.
Yeah,
And if I
my
had it.
stepson was very
Hi,
like,
Dave.
when
Hmm?
he first started, he was very nervous about it.
Yeah, of
Richard's
course.
son.
Of
And so then
course.
he found out, remember? And then he said, oh no, there's a case in Vernon. He said, oh Dad, we're done.
Right.
He was so nervous.
I know.
Like,
Well, because
no,
they
you
kind
were
of
not done.
no, like
No.
no.
But the media, it projects
Yes.
negative.
Yeah, they're trying to
And
scare
they
you.
never- they
They
never
get
talk
ratings
about
like
the
that.
Deaths are down. They never tell.
No,
the
you don't talk about that
times.
anymore. Deaths are way
actually
down.
in fact.
Yeah.
I heard on the way over here that there's hundreds of daycares that stayed open, and they didn't even have any, you know, they had maybe
Yeah.
one case in the thousands
Yep.
of places that stayed open. So the obvious thing is that it's not
Right.
as bad as so now
Right.
the school, the teachers are nervous, let them talk
Right.
to the daycare centers.
I know.
They're doing it, they've been doing it since March.
I know.
It's fear mongering.
It is fear mongering, and some people like to be scared, or they like can't get themselves out of it.
You're stuck in it.
But you have to make yourself
It's
get
like
out
you
of
said,
it.
Your attitude, your beliefs.
It's your attitude, it's your
They make you
beliefs.
sick.
Yeah, they really do. You can choose to respond any way you want, but you have to help your kids do that too, right? You have to help your kids respond to
Respond
things positively, like your body's strong, like kids aren't really dying from this at all unless they're really, really, really sick
Yeah.
to start with, and
Yeah.
it's a flu, you'll get over it, you know? And this is not the world for the rest of your life, like, don't worry about it, you know? You have to have that sometimes. So here's some like external and internal stressors. So internal, fear, right? All of the stuff we just, uncertainty, right? Lack of control, which is really what's going on now. All of this stuff, belief and attitude, that's internal stressors. What you think, what you believe, how you respond, what kind of fear you have, all of it. And external is a major life event or a change, even if it's positive. So even if like you're moving, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever, it's still stressful. That's okay, it's stressful, you know? Even a good stress can like be a stress. Just exercise more through a stressful situation. Have a better attitude, like, oh, I'm feeling negative, like, okay, or I'm getting scared, just like tone down what you're thinking. The environment, you know, toxins and all this stuff. Just be healthy yourself. You can't control everything around you either, right? You can't control air pollution, and you can't control chemicals when you go out, or viruses, but you can control taking care of your body, and then your body can handle stuff. Like, unless you're putting toxins on your body every day, if you go outside or you go to a place that is like just cleaned with bleach, you're like, oh man, that's like freak you out because like you're afraid of it. It's like your body can handle it because it's a little bit, but if you're bleaching your house all day, then it's going to affect you. But your body can handle certain environmental toxins. Your body can handle viruses. Getting a little exposed to viruses makes your immune system really, really strong. So walking by somebody who has the virus is actually almost like is like making your immune system stronger to fight the virus. So maybe you'll never get it now because you just walked by a few people who had it. You don't really get it walking by somebody.
When they say whatever doesn't kill you makes you
Exactly. And these things just don't really kill you.
No,
Do you know what I
they
mean?
don't.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
But
the idea
exactly,
of it
exactly,
can make you think that.
exactly.
That is how you respond.
It's how you respond to it. You know, unplanned events like this unplanned event, how did you respond to it? You know, workplace, social, distance learning, all these things can be stressors. And how are you responding? Are you scared? Are you making it into something positive? I know people, so I homeschool, and we all get together at my house, like 20 kids, and it's fun, and we have a great time. I've been doing this for years and years. But now some people who are distance learning, I suggested, like, you know, maybe find some like-minded people
Yes.
that you can get together with and have the kids do it together. So they're not alone staring at a screen. So I know a couple of people doing that. They found some friends for the kids, so they switch houses. They go to this house this day, and the kids are all together learning and working together during the day. Like a little homeschool group that the mom doesn't have to teach, the teacher teaches. You know? So you can make it better, right? Because a kid sitting in front of a screen all day, that's not good.
Yeah, it's
We've
My
never done,
grandson does that.
yeah,
He's an older child.
right. Maybe you can find a
And
friend
so
who can
he
hang out.
communicates with his friends, you know, online.
Yeah.
Or through the internet.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe they can get
games and
together.
things, but it would be wonderful if they could.
Maybe you could find someone who he can hang out with and they could do it together. That would make it so much different. You know, like I've been homeschooling for 7 years. We've never used computers. Because I don't want my kid, never once have we used any computers. Everything is paper and pencil and talking and other people coming in and teaching. Because I don't think that's good for kids. But if they have to do it, they could do it with some friends and then then they can have fun. You know what I mean? Try to make the best of it. You can make the best or the worst of anything you want, right?
That's my
Oh yeah.
preference.
If that was keto, that would be fine. I know you can make keto chocolate cake with frosting. I think we have mixes for that. So eating healthy is really important. Like, don't stress eat, right? If you're stressed, all you have to do is not stress eat, and that gets you out of the habit of stress eating. Some people, when they're stressed, they eat a lot. Some people don't eat at all when they're stressed. Yeah, when I'm stressed, I can't eat. But some people eat. But recognize that you're doing it and stop, or maybe eat something healthier. But if you stop, you'll learn other ways to manage feeling stressed. Like maybe do some deep breathing or some meditation, or read or go for a walk, or find a hobby that, whatever.
Something with my hands.
Something with your hands. Andrea crochets, Dr. Matt knits.
I started a
Like doing
jigsaw
something.
puzzle, but I
Yeah,
didn't finish
jigsaw
it.
puzzle. Find something that you want to do that you can, that calms you, that is fun, that you enjoy. So when you're feeling stressed, that you have this hobby that you love, that just gets you out of your head. That's really, really important to have that. A lot of people don't have that. I think they don't make time for hobbies or things they love. It's really important to do that. So eating healthy. So, you know, I have workshops on keto on YouTube and Facebook on how to eat healthy, right? So you just want to stay away from processed food. In basic stuff, you just stay away from processed food. You don't want to put more chemicals in your body. That'll stress your body out more. You want to limit sugar and limit junk food, you know? So eat lots of good healthy meat, like lots of vegetables, nuts, eat fruit,
That's nuts.
you know, cheese, if you can handle dairy, eat some good grass-fed cheese, avocados. You know, if you like brownies or chocolate cake, you can make keto with almond flour and coconut flour and monk fruit. That's what I do, because I have a sweet tooth, but I haven't had sugar in 10 years. So I just make keto brownies or buy them, or whatever. We have them now, so I buy them, but I can make them. Or almond, or like chocolate chip cookies made with almond flour and Lily's chocolate chips, so you have chocolate chip cookies. So you can, there's almost anything can be healthy if you just make it healthy. And it may require some more time, but that's a good hobby.
Yeah, plus we have more
Like
time.
baking, right? Like maybe baking is your hobby, and like when you feel stressed, you like bake like super healthy donuts or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we have ice cream that's healthy too. You can even get an ice cream maker and make your own ice cream with really healthy ingredients like grass-fed cream and monk fruit and raw cocoa powder. But just eat a lot of good stuff. You know it's good. Like if you want to know more about good food, go to my keto workshops. I don't have time to 2 hours to talk about it, but grass-fed, I eat meat every single day. I'll eat a big salad, bunch of cheese, and meat every single day. Salad for lunch, meat for dinner, like all kinds of meat. Is Andrew? Mine's staying.
We already talked.
Okay. So, bacon, chicken wings, that's all healthy. Like good quality, butter on everything. That's all healthy. Fat calms down your nervous system. Like eggs and
Yeah, I've been eating eggs.
eggs are calming, for especially for children. It calms your brain. And like grass-fed dairy, grass-fed butter, avocados, olives, like oily fish, the skin, like chicken wings that are dipped in butter, or whatever, with hot sauce. Like that's a lot of like healthy fat in the skin and in the tendons, like fatty pieces of pork and meat. Like as long as it's organic and naturally raised, fat should be like the number one thing that you eat, healthy fat, and it calms you down. It calms your brain, fat. That's really, really good. Like if a kid is acting up, get rid of the sugar and just give him some avocados, or make avocado chocolate pudding. You would never know there's avocado in it. Literally.
So good.
You would never know there's
It's really
avocado
good.
in it. It's so good.
It's easy.
You just blend it up. Avocados. We have like I don't know if a regular blender is so great. Yeah. So like it's like avocado with like raw cocoa powder, maybe some monk fruit or a little maple syrup if you want, and like some heavy cream or whatever. Just blend it up. Whenever we have a lot of extra avocados, I make it. And I was a couple of months ago, I was eating it, and I was like, "What's green in here?" I'm like, "Duh." Like I forgot that it was like the next day. I'm like, "Why is something green in my chocolate pudding?" Because it wasn't blended. Like I forgot that it was made of avocado, because you can't taste it. So that's a really good thing to give kids if they like stuff like that, because it will calm them and it'll calm their brain. So nice healthy fat, keeping kids off screens, making them run outside in the woods. That's all healthy for kids, right? Just basic stuff. So that's basic eating. Like berries are good. You know, all this stuff is good. You know what's good and you know what's bad. Just want more information, watch the keto workshop. And now, Joy is up.
I'm up.
Hey, Jenny.
Thank you, Allie. So, those of you not here, you can't smell, but I'm diffusing an oil blend. I'll pass that around. Allie talked about how lavender will calm you, so this blend that we have called Adaptive has lavender in it for the calming, but it also has spearmint and wild orange for the uplifting, so it kind of helps you find the middle ground if you're sort of anxious and stressed and you need the calming effect of the lavender. This adds in the mint and the wild orange to kind of lift you up, so it's a really nice blend. In fact, you guys can each take one of each of these. Peppermint and wild orange are a really nice combo for uplifting mid-afternoon. You need a little uplift, but we also, like Allie was saying, you pay attention to what you're eating. You also want to pay attention to how you supplement, and you guys know that from coming here. There's combinations of supplements that will help with those things, those symptoms of stress, like you're not sleeping well, your adrenals are overactive, so you can find some of that comfort with supplements also. The other way, as Allie mentioned too, was the exercising, because your cortisol, if you're not using it, if you're getting stressed and your cortisol levels coming up, exercise will help that balance out your hormones. So you get a boost to your endorphins. The dopamine effect too will just keep you balanced. And really your central nervous system, Allie talks about this too, with your adjustments and things, your central nervous system is like your superhighway to keep you healthy. And if you don't take care of that, you can get out of whack. Like I had a new customer the other day. She's like, I've had hot flashes for 5 years. She can't figure out what's going on, but there's got to be something off, something misaligned. You know, she looks thin, she appears healthy, but something is just not quite right. So we're gonna start working with her to see what that is. I love this. Like Allie was saying, you can avoid stress just by knowing it. Like in the beginning, we had you sort of think about when do I get stressed? You can even just start journaling, like, okay, kind of keeping track of what stressed you out today, and then you don't want to overanalyze, but you can start to analyze what was that stressed me, and how can I deal with it differently next time. Like she was saying about turning things positive, like I'll do that with my husband if he's upset about getting called into work on a Sunday or something, and I'm like, well, that's all right, I'll go with you, and we'll make an outing of it, instead of making it be like a big drag. You have to do it, so let's just do it in a fun way. You know. Do you know the movie Moonstruck with Cher?
I recently saw that.
Remember that line? I love the line. She's like, snap out of it, when they're like all flustered, Nicolas Cage.
I remember that.
Yeah,
one,
so it's like, just like, it's easier said than done sometimes, but you can get over it.
Down to that.
So, like I just gave you guys that peppermint oil. Sometimes just smelling that peppermint oil will just like wake you up and help you snap out of it.
Yeah.
Peppermint oil on your mask. I don't know if you've done oils on your mask yet, but put a little drop on your mask. It'll just remind you to take a deep breath. It'll be a real cleansing breath and just really wake you up and really helps you feel better. It's a really nice, so just like hardly any, it takes just a little tiny drop. And we already talked about nutrition, but when you think of your immune system, like stress affects your immune system. So you want to take care of your nutrition, you want to take care of your exercise, as we said, and sleep. This is one of my favorite topics, reducing toxic load. So when you think of toxic load, it's the load on your body, like just being out in the world, there's toxins. Like babies are born with hundreds of toxins in them already, just because we live in that kind of world where there's chemicals. We can control that, right, with our products that we buy, and the way we clean our homes, and the way we eat. So this slide is just a way to remind us, okay, these are the areas I have control over. Don't let them control me. Don't let the stress control me. I can take care of myself with oils, with sleep, and by reducing toxins. When it comes to the essential oils, you guys here in person, I think, use oils in your life. I know Liz does.
Yes, I
yeah.
do, yes.
So just quickly then, there's 3 basic cool things about oils. They're safe. When you're looking at the doTERRA oils especially, they're pure, certified, organic, and you don't get any side effects like you would with medications. So I gave you already that little peppermint. Peppermint is energizing. Peppermint promotes clear breathing. If you're having head pain, you can even just put a little right here. I just saw a great little video about coping and dealing with everything that's going on, and there's all these little like self-massage things, like to rub your temples, and then think of your neck, rubbing here, rubbing your ears, just all those things can just help you release some of those tensions. And if you add oil into that, it just really helps your body like respond and wake up. On Guard is one of our biggest oils right now. Like, we can't even keep it in stock for immune support. There's a hand wash that everyone loves, but there's the oil itself will promote healthy immune function, and like I could use a little right now. You can put it just in with some water and a spray bottle. It's a good little throat spray. At the same time, it's a hand cleaner, all natural, so you're not overdoing all those hand cleaners. Like, a lot of places you go now have the hand cleaner right when you get there. You're supposed to do that. You can overdo that. You don't want to get rid of the good bacteria, right? You need the good bacteria to balance it. So these oils, because they're natural, plant-based, they're giving you plants on your skin. They're not giving you chemicals on your skin. And then they can be affordable. You guys, you know, if you use them, if you're already into the oils, just takes a little tiny drop. I gave you those little tiny samples. Those will last you, because you don't need much when you use them. So if you really counted the pennies of how much it costs per drop, it's not an expensive way to take care of yourself. It's affordable health care, in my opinion. You know, so instead of sick care like you get other places. So I said I'm diffusing it. That's one of the best ways to get the oils in your system, because it goes right into your brain and works with your stressors or your mood or whatever you're working with. It smells good. Just think of every time you smell a chocolate chip cookie baking, like that triggers those endorphins, and it's a good thing. It's not just your imagination. You are really like feeling better. So diffusing is great. Topical also works, like I said, with the peppermint right here when you're having some tension. And then internally, as long as the bottle says supplement facts on it, yeah. Like that adaptive one I mentioned is not really intended for internal. There's so many oils in that blend, it's meant for diffusing. Because it's plant-based, it's probably safe if you accidentally took it, but it's not meant. But most of them will be fine. There's some for digestion. As I said, throat issues. There's so many issues they can help with. So just getting back to our back to school stressor theme. I know, like, my kids are all grown. I don't have kids in school right now, but I don't know about you, but I always like get that back to school mentality when it starts to become fall. That you remember how you felt when it was time for back to school. This is just like an example of how you could use oils during the day, whether you're the teacher, the parent, working at home, whatever. There's an oil called Balance, really good for kind of grounding you and helping you stay focused. If you're using oils already, you probably know you can use them right on the bottom of your feet. That's a way to just get it into your system and have it do its work. It's a nice thing to do with your kids too. Like, a nice little moment with your kids is just rubbing oils on their feet or on their back. You can be diffusing, you're on guard during the day. You can be taking frankincense, inhaling it. Frankincense. You know, I used to be really stingy with my frankincense because it's expensive, and I wouldn't diffuse it. I would just sort of once in a while use it. Now I use it all the time. I take a drop under my tongue every day. I will put it in the diffuser if I feel like it, and it mixes well with a lot of other oils. For diffusing, it just sort of mood stabilizing, and almost every single oil will have multiple purposes, and it might be antibiotic or antifungal or just sort of so you can read all those details and see what you're fixing. But sometimes you just feel like frankincense. It smells good to you today, and you feel like it. And sometimes I think your body is telling you you need it if you're drawn to it. Like there's an oil called vetiver that's an ingredient in our sleep blend that. So vetiver is another one that's known for calming and sleep. To me, it didn't really smell that good by itself. I can't really describe it. It's a woody one, but it didn't really appeal to me, and I thought,
love
but then I went through this sad period, a friend of mine died, and all of a sudden I needed vetiver. Like I was putting it on my heart at night to sleep, and I was diffusing it at night to help me sleep. So sometimes your body will tell you what oil you need.
How do you spell that?
Vetiver with a V, VETIVER. So there I was using vetiver, so I was really glad I had it. So you just, you find it, or it finds you sometimes. And then for kids, if your kids are really little, you want to dilute the oils. You can use like a fractionated coconut oil or something. And then they have this adorable kit now with oils that are made for kids. So they're fun for the kids. They can hook them to their
Would
back.
that be good for teens?
Yeah, they're good for adults. I mean, it's almost a good intro kit for adults because they're easy to understand. They come with little flashcards on how to use them. So it's a really nice little set. You guys can look at it if you want.
I love that set.
And the way they clip onto your pack and things, they're awesome.
I bought stronger for my grandson. He doesn't use it.
Johnny's asking, I don't know, is stress and anxiety the same? Yeah, I mean, anxiety is like a yeah, right. Anxiety is a symptom of stress. Like, back a few slides, we were talking about all the conditions you can have from stress, like even like stomach aches and things. That's why the journaling is good, because you can sort of remember what stressed me out. And then you start to connect the dots, like, oh wait, this incident stressed me, and now I'm having stomach issues. Maybe my stomach issues are related to stress, so let's deal with that. Let's not start medicating the stomach until we deal with the stress. So there's so many connections, but could go on and on. So I just said the fun set for the kids, already pre-diluted. So they're the roller kind, so they're just a really nice set. And again, any age, they don't have to be just for kids. Yeah.
I know, isn't it fun?
Right.
I love that so much.
They designed it so like,
It simplifies it.
Yeah.
and little kids who can't read yet know I need purple, for certain things. They know what color they
And the
need.
smells are like simple, they're
Yeah.
not like
They're not-
whatever frankincense smells, they're like.
I have a bunch of slides just showing oils because, like I said,
prefer them. I prefer those to the adaptive and the serenity. I like them better.
the kids ones or the
Yeah.
pure, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you sort of know, you start to learn what works for you and what you're drawn to, and yeah.
I mean,
So-
I didn't know when I ordered them, but I just was like, well, this says calmer, let me try this. And this says stronger, let me try this. But like, I noticed that I like them better than I don't usually use my Serenity because it doesn't really feel like it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine didn't either.
So
This
I
I-
used it for sleep. It didn't help.
this month they have
Yeah, me too.
It didn't really help me. I don't know.
oh, the Serenity didn't,
It didn't. For me. I'm just.
and sometimes
The vetiver is really good for
that's
that.
what I was saying, like the
I
vetiver.
never had that.
Yeah, that one is like,
I need to get some of that.
So they've had, like
that
this
one
month they had a
smells-
couple of their
I
oils on
enjoy
special, the
scent, though,
Intune,
'cause it's a musky.
the
it has a
Thinker,
musky
and the
smell.
Motivate, and I
Like,
didn't,
you know,
I'll take
Yeah.
it. If
Yeah.
it's gonna help me, I'm gonna take it.
yeah, so you just
I-
start to
I
learn
think
what
Put
works.
it under your feet for vetiver
Yeah.
is the best thing, cause like I don't really care for the scent of it.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
take it.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's what's so interesting about the oils, like certain oils can help you even if you don't care for the scent.
Yeah,
Cause vetiver really does calm.
that's what I was saying, when I never liked it until all of a sudden I was really drawn to it and it calmed me more than anything else. Yeah. So immune support, even just making sure you have lemon in every month, every order.
Lemon in my water.
Lemon in your water, very cleansing.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Just always
Making my-
thinking of how to, like, your body wants to get healthy, so if you can help it along with some
And
cleansing.
Reed saved my life because I used to use inhalants. I
Oh,
use it anymore.
yeah.
Because I use Breathe and I use, On Body. I've used all these oils and over time, I haven't had to drink on my own.
The Breathe,
me too.
do you ever do the,
Really?
the Breathe oil in a tent? Like you take a bowl and fill it with boiling water, add a few drops of Breathe, take a towel. Actually, I'd put the towel like this and over the bowl so I don't fog up my glasses, and just breathe that in. It's so wonderful.
Yeah,
It
that's
really.
the way to do it, because what I usually do is I mix it with the fractionated coconut oil and I rub it
That's
right
great
on my
too.
chest.
Yeah.
And I have, like, when I was wheezing or if I had congestion, or,
Right, the breathe right in your chest. I love that. Like, I was worried. Sometimes I do it without even diluting it, and I thought, is it going to sting? And it doesn't. I can even put it right here, and it's fine. I put it there like before I go for a walk sometimes, just to like wake up. So
Is Breathe safe for cats?
yes,
Okay. Because I know they're a lot more sensitive to oils
you never
than dogs.
you don't really need to put oils on your cat if you have it in the room with them.
using it probably.
Yeah, the one that you want to not use with cats is tea tree. They used to call it melaleuca.
Because one lady that was here, which I found very odd, because I know cats and dogs are very different, because I've had both of them and I know like they're so different. But like she said, one of the ladies that came here for the thing we had here, remember that thing? I forgot the name of it. It's not a
Oh, the
symposium,
women's
but-
night thing.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of people. She goes, I use all the oils on my cats. I've had no problems with them. I'm like, what?
I mean, you know
And
yourself,
she
you
said
know
she
your
puts
kids, you
them
know
on
your
her
animals.
cat. I'm like, and you haven't had any problems? That's not safe.
Definitely dilute them, but with cats, especially just being in the room with them will affect them. Like lavender can really help calm them, just like it calms us.
But
And
I
let
read,
'em-
like,
and
only
they would leave.
Lavender, frankincense, geranium. There was only like 4 or 5 that are safe for cats, and I was like, but my friend said she put digestion on her cat's feet when he had diarrhea, and his diarrhea went away, and he
Great.
was fine.
Great.
She diluted it.
Must
she
be a
put
big
very
cat.
little.
It's
Very little. That's
Yeah.
very little. I know digestion is great
So I'm
for
like, I'm nervous,
dogs.
like, to even diffuse around a cat.
You're fine. Just don't do the tea tree near them. And I have a book I can show you too.
Okay, thanks.
And this one here, you skipped that. I wanted to ask you about.
Oh, sure.
Cornucopia.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Copaiba is one way to say it, or copaiba. It's from Brazil. It's like this ancient Brazilian secret. They've gotten out of the tree, the sap of the tree forever.
Well, she said
Um,
it's from Brazil. He said, and
yeah.
she said it's from
Copaiba.
Brazil.
I was in my mind when I saw Hawaii.
There you go.
Did
See?
you say
Did you
Brazil?
used to do you know about it? Is it familiar to you?
No, it's just the
Yeah.
word.
The word, you knew it was Brazil.
I have it in
Love
the
it.
house. I've used it so many times.
Oh.
He says he's not familiar with it.
It's in.
Pay attention.
It's actually also in that adaptive one too. It's another calming.
I was using it at one point, but I can't remember what I was using it for. I didn't use it much.
I've seen people like come out of sort of like really stressful situations with this. It can be very calming.
Drop a day.
A drop a day. They compare it to the CBD oil quite a bit, even though it has nothing to do with the hemp plant, because of the way it works with the receptors in the brain. The CB1, CB2 receptors are what, calming, pain relief. Yeah, it's a very mellow smell too. Nothing real strong or harsh about it, but it's something they've used in Brazil forever. So now we have it. Andrea, sauna.
It's on.
Oh, thank you. So sleep, you guys, we talked a lot about the Serenity, and again, Copaiba shows up again on sleep. The Kids Calmer blend is great for that. And then the Balance.
Oh, balance smells so good.
Yeah, and if you don't have your diffuser in the room, you don't feel like setting it up, just put a little on your pillowcase.
A little what?
A little bit of the oil right on your pillowcase, and just that'll be your diffuser.
I'm gonna do that, the Serenity.
Put
Because it
it
just
on your
sits there.
pillowcase, huh?
On a tissue, on a pillowcase,
And the balance
or
is
on
like
you.
$20. And
I
Yeah.
have balance, and I don't know how to use it.
It's
I'm gonna
such a
start
good one.
using it if it helps sleep. I didn't know.
Balance, a lot of people start their day with balance also. Just like if you know you're about to head into like a long list of things on your feet or on your wrists. I put it on these a lot, on my little diffusing earrings.
Oh, those are diffuser earrings?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
They were a gift from Heidi.
I gotta get a pair of
I
those.
want that.
Oh, no, there she goes.
Do I have my Intune?
See, look, this is the calmer.
Well, I got that.
Oh, you have this one?
So for focus, these are some of the ones they suggest for focus.
I think I don't have the tamer, and I
There's
don't
the-
have tamer.
I don't have some thinkers.
I've always loved the Intune, and I didn't have that the other day, so I was using my Thinker, and it's great. Again, like you were saying, they're already diluted, they're just a little bit more mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's minty,
Yeah.
it's not
They're
really anything.
Like a lot of people think they're just for kids, but they really work for us too.
Bye, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Like using
But
wild
focus, I gave you guys that sample, the peppermint and wild orange. And anybody watching, let me know, I can give you samples of peppermint and wild orange.
I like wild orange. I love diffusing wild orange because it just makes everything smell.
Yeah, diffusing any citrus is so uplifting and happy.
Yeah, I just love the smell.
Like on a rainy day here, I might put it in the diffuser
Yeah,
this
I love the
afternoon.
smell.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel better. just
Oh.
smelling it.
All kinds of diffusers are available. doTERRA has them,
Yeah,
but
I
you
got
can
that
get them.
one over on the left.
That one.
Wow, that one's pretty.
You can get.
All the way on the
And then I
right.
have another
That's
one.
a-
That one's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't
have a
know.
different one.
I just
That's
found that online.
interesting. That looks like space.
I know.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
I've never really found a beautiful diffuser. None of them are really that beautiful, but they're interesting.
Yeah.
No, that, because you can see I like when you can see the grooves of the wood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah. All right. Some of these, let's see. We already kind of talked about the mask deal that we're wearing masks all the time. Put little oil on your mask.
I haven't
It
used
just
them.
really
I
help.
guess I'm not supposed to, huh?
One of my patients uses, she puts Breathe on her mask.
Putting Breathe right on the
and it
mask.
made a huge difference.
It's such a big difference.
I'm gonna use Breeze on my mask.
And like Allie said, with stress, make it fun. You know, if you're dealing with kids or grandkids that are having to wear masks and they don't want to do it, just make it a fun thing. Say, look, you can put your oils. What oil do you want to put on your mask today? And you know, just maybe they can make masks. Maybe they can draw on their mask. Just make it like not a big stressor. One of my favorite topics with the oils and stuff is reducing your toxic load for your home too. Like, I have a whole book my daughter gave me several years ago that talks about vinegar, baking soda, lemon, and lemon oil, and you can do so many things with those ingredients for cleaning products. So if you're really trying to get rid of your toxic,
Yeah, I use white vinegar for like wiping off the glass, you know, cleaning the glass.
What oil would get cat pee smell out of carpet?
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
Cat urine?
I had skunk smell in my house when my dog came home after getting
What
in a
about
fight with
purified?
us,
Yeah,
and I went for my patchouli.
okay.
And patchouli's really overpowering in the diffuser and stuff, but it really got rid of it.
Worked.
And I would say
That's
lemon,
powerful.
definitely lemon with that too. And
What happened? You washed it with,
My
with that?
I diffused patchouli. I like scrubbed
Oh, you cleaned
things with it and mixed it in with like baking soda, vinegar, water. There's ratios. I won't get into all the recipes right now, but
I scrub pots with baking soda.
oh my gosh.
When you get stained out, pots and stuff. Like when you burn a pot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, make a paste of the baking
Yeah,
soda.
paste of it.
Add a few drops of lemon oil. Let it sit a little
Yeah,
while,
let it sit a while.
and then it
I
really.
didn't know that.
will
'cause
really
I had
clean.
a pot that I burned.
Yeah,
And then
Stainless
there's
steel, and I just put it on the side.
yeah.
There's concentrated cleaners you can get. Their On Guard cleaner has the On Guard oil in it. Their On Guard laundry detergent.
I was thinking of getting those. I just didn't know.
There's a lot of people that like to make their own, but if
No, I haven't.
sometimes I've made my own laundry detergent, but I like to.
And what's the other one? The other one's a cleaner?
It's a concentrated cleaner,
Oh,
so you just
all-purpose cleaner.
you can wash your dishes with it.
Uh-huh.
You can wash your floors with it, and you just use different ratios depending on what you're doing. Again, getting back to helping the kids deal with the school and stuff, just make healthy lunches.
Yes, because I'm gonna be, he's not gonna be eating lunch, school lunch, I'm gonna send his food.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, think of the healthier lunches, that'll just help with
Well,
their-
leave sugar out, yeah.
everything, their immune and their,
Water.
Oh, how old is your son?
17, well, my grandson,
Oh, your grand?
he lives with me longest there.
I love that. Isn't that
The kids'
beautiful?
collection.
There's that
is
collection.
nice.
I
It's-
could
it's a
probably
really
use that,
nice-
even though it has the flashcards, I could probably use
I
that.
know, it helps you
I
remember
think
what
I
it's
wanna
for.
do it. That's what I meant, yeah,
Yeah.
to help me remember.
So that's it for the talk officially, but we can keep
Okay.
talking if you want.
I like that,
Oops.
Joyles
My Joyals
underscore essential oils.
Essential Oils is how you can find me, and I'm gonna just stop
What's
the,
IG?
thank you guys for watching. Instagram and phone is right there.
See, she's